Oh, then we are starting on a good note because, honestly speaking, my difficulty for this country's growth, and it's we are so deceitful. Yeah, and it's been that bane. We are all overlooking that deceitfulness. Our expectation is that Ghana be changing within that twinkle of an eye. Na bibia asset yakwan aban nyuma for Ghana this year. Mebuni ni adwumaye ubia just brana ye bonano. Magically or automatically. I don't know how we want it to happen. The Ukraine yentimin country yehono. We just want Ghana to be like compare Malaysia and away David. It didn't just so I'm surprised that Adia me bohun komono prekope also de abatumsa. Oh, where there me wondering me. Nyame shrapi. This mindset is so positive. Again, what does my holding it tight, sir?
Well, my fakwan so achia with you for ne wo mo share through social media channels. Me de bia misranopa to say the okay nese muja sorry e kosro fru sania. Bruni can be say health is wealth. Because so unia hodia bibi eni ho a betimi aye. Ma denya me ase. Se menyini kakra de na enso so ahoden kakra o. Ekwan bia mefa so metimi etu Ghana fofo. Etu emrante nefo. Ne asesa yesuban. Me as an engineer I always use the word to recalibrate our thinking. And not building nations. Because we have become a presentational people.
Presentational?
Oh yes. Governance. And right the constitution. We the people are the problem. Led by our leaders are the problem, not the constitution of Ghana. I've said this in this studio and I want to repeat it. And near Mami home, the only thing that really maybe the separation of powers, which is what some of us have been saying for a long time. Say the attempt to create a hybrid between the American system and the British system, it hasn't worked. Selecting majority of your ministers or your executive from parliament, and especially my boss Kufodi or no, because of a parliamentary democracy or no British for Sana Kufu the super parliamentary democracy. That's where I have a point of departure with my bosses. So me feel says so minister, where's your minister?
Would do MP, I'm gonna do MP.
Just do MP. So that oversight responsibility Parliament should have on the executive.
Seriousness, baby.
Because I said, Adani, scratch my back, I scratch your back.
Adani
agrodi. Because we all know the kind of corruption in maybe a coso or system. And I tea and in the area. And you accept mediocrity as a normal way of life. Uko kasa I say, Kwabena, change, because we're arrogant, what you saying? Nipa, me feels that Ghana can be transformed by a public-spirited individual. Or mine, somebody who loves people, understands people, and cares for people.
But engineer, our mindset na deteriorated to a certain level, quite worrying, and now.
But it can change. You know, that is the only thing that keeps me going, motivating me. That's why I'm even if it doesn't get me elected, I should be known, say, media, I fought for what is right.
But here is a country, virtually helpless and hopeless, for lack of a better word. Here is a country, leaders taking advantage of your vulnerability.
Well, it is, we have created a negative symbiotic relationship. Because I say, yeah, keep nipa down, sani yusu, which is something enye. And I di any monusuno, as ye pijan colano, near mapa, for them to have value for themselves. The last time I'm penning test confobi, and I told them the truth. Say, you are the intellectual capital for the future. Into one, as a munya respect for yourself, no muhu se muhu on faswoma on mine on a party. Into se be munye praise singers. Na obi koye functional as munko mobilize test conform na omunkobo dede.
So that's the norm.
It is wrong. Test conform de mo na mo school madwene mo bie mo dwene mo na ese mo fra ye nipa num no.
Say na eko.
Ye pese ye busa mo asem. De na mo pese mo ya. You feel say beso ye ni. Debi. That's why I call for a debate up to now. None of them has responded. Because man fulfill say politics no. Aye Razmatas. Nti scan out chichena obosuruku na dede na. Na Ghana so sa na epe because dede wo asum sa wo mo so ye dede no din na. Ye ba. So them sure no. But I know saying that is not what's going to transform this country. And now share language ni bikra akosuna ferry to a point where one here reconciling people crying
difficult.
It's almost impossible. A man for across into even family. Can we hear him? I've never seen it from 1992. See a year prime minister a masuk a kubi. Intibida. And all these things, the party should have put a handle on it. And then we have 5 candidates. Sorry. Also, Kasama we no create confusion. Region be a candidates na SMA. We say Obi Ebe Kasama Obi Fufro. What is that? Ade nipa no moye campaign omuntimin Kasama omo. Omuntimin Kasama omo. Why are they afraid of a debate? Why are they afraid of a debate? Can they defend their record? No, Muswana, yes, Swenipa. Enti, it be what teams bear 4 as a 5, crowding out others, which is something that is not right. And as a Unyanya flag bearer, I mean, any role I say, Timmy Soros or no Koya campaign. You better man.
There be a muna monia bramo tuaba.
Yes. Enti sane amani nyina ka ho na didi atem ne ne em emfasa na obi akokansem na atwi obi na afa obi awaresem ne ade nyina eba into play. Ti me dem two party for ni for. The kind of heater akọ down on. The only option viable I ko Ghana for no di boni ani die is Kwabena Agyepong. I'm telling them. Because the kind of heat in it and tokwani the attempt distrust abano. Maybe no it is your actions. It is said the Marco Constitution why me kind mu ya bibi depoliticization and then public service. The president by wipe up the top of the military. It's your actions that matter, not your word. That be intimidate. I keep telling me can't I be away why pregnant yes. Problem no free. One more pretty constitution and your constitution. Because me can be that mesaka. Me can na sa mo opera news no mako kan tantan tan de actually be say me did president Akufo-Addo attempt say me can say me disagree with president Medina attempt there be so no more church on say yes me did any kwasem there me feels I don't take them serious anymore so opera news so but it is important. One of my 6-point plan is to restore meritocracy and professionalism to the public services. Maybe I call out maybe university, maybe I'm a civil engineer, maybe I'm Ghana Highway. Who motivation is we could do chief executive. When do at least deputy chief there? In Article 71 gives the president the prerogative to appoint these things. But sometimes in such technical organizations, you are better off appointing people from within. GMPC, electricity, Gapoa, others.
Engineers, they say, me personally, an advocate with Obi. Yakan say, so we are sir, Eddie.
Demotivated staff.
Eddie Abembubi.
Bread to my phone.
So Eddie Abembubi back because from nowhere.
Send me a doctor. Yeah, school so ma being a choir medicine. Now. Kolebu, Konfanochi, one teaching hospitals, Tamale, and that's where the politics are from. And my professors need doctors or Chancy or Kofo will be a sebi. Scone will be a near Omut or Nitipe woman. No, I bet I want so. President Kwabena Agyepong won't do that. I'll act with discretion, with engineering precision, and do what is right for the country. Yeah, over politicizing the mama, a bro so. na mo mpese mbeka ekokansi ento abama me campaign director of operation me kana me ni party for ni na me kana crutches mu disikechi wo hu baby amabetra mo besa atra ho mo ntie asem na ye ka na mo ankae mo daachi na mo ankae mo ma na 400 cities na dey na be yama ho say 1000 cities grade ma ensisan wo shebrenya wo hwe
but the parties are a subset of the bigger picture, the national election.
Yes.
National elections, we see videos and pictures of party in Penyumfua. You can't say fridges, name, TV's name. All
me left to me, I've never done that.
No, I'm saying that
and I will not do it. If it means I don't get a vote, I don't mind. I will never do something that is against my conscience. Minye. Mantua, nyari. Na se metiwiase 10 years ni I was ostracized, sidelined. Nyankopon me. Into me it is not life and death. We should be no utterances. Any ye kasa ye. E better national television so. Kasafa ye crofo. Go party ne hun masi. Provide ammunition for the NDs.
But more party the leadership way. The go-to people.
We have elected leaders of the party. The American say this systematic erosion of the control of the party and starting it. Ne benefits almost ye Kwabena Agyepong because they know Kwabena they were a strong character. Obey general secretary. Ye undermining ye chatro and kikensem ni tuning free o. Because me who party a general secretary na me catch them a petition. Hey. Say the nasa say bibi wo na nyene say won't mean take action na so system na create a situation a chance wo the command discipline committee na nya wo na run party no and nyene fault so the young man I'm talking about, I won't blame him. There are elders in this party who looked on as the constitution of this party was flouted, thrown away for political expediency. Nipa nyehwe ni atwatro ni apamatare ni de show yes so them channel who say so politics is mafia. I don't believe in that politics is dirty. There are a few dirty people who make politics dirty.
But the last time about a lot has happened in the space in your campaign. Mon common be a mobono. Any mochita for ni uncommon.
You have to name and shame. Timen kase monkomo meme monkomo bi etisa otibia bonamenti. So have the courage to say it. I'm going to mention a few.
No, it's not even about the courage. It's about become monkomo pertaining to the election.
Yes.
For instance, if you look at campaign costume between Ira Kennedy Agyepong, Ira Dr. Baumia, in fact the last conversation and then this issue about Katie Hammond Omobem utterances be to my viewers and listeners are not distasteful.
But that is the reason why the party people, the delegates, should vote these people out. Me catch them. So until ma ye tudin and semoninti near tudin. Nani pamo bejina ke ken semwa one entro most of it. Ebi wa enim and away a penimo anya niema nyina ne epie wa no. Na me wonim niema menim. Press secretary to the president, a cap presidents to me and sakra meti ho. Those things would be cool. You have to die with it. Bibia dawano. Especially the enyanokre. I feel the Meritocracy say, woman and mammy general secretary. Musan se me come campaign umenim baby da. Oh, nye mani na me pese meka. So, but made me two party for omo 80 inti. Omo 80 inti. The kind of heater. Say, we need a united party. And ye quiz so me can unity and yamano na medical. 1992, young executive forum for Duduano because of 1790. Near support to obey PFP. Because UNCT on every PFP, and a man liman fem. Tiaba 1992. Na Duduano Vitozu, Neho Dudono, or co exile. Intine if you say Dr. Safodu. Only Penimua. Or free PFE stock. Now Professor Dubois, no UNC, but no akasa breaking the culture of silence. Ntina kukudro show na mana attractive into a colleague on a winnie. A koba ansano. Safodu any emranti nyina a command in Trinkwa. that bond of unity. Say ya tuaba wia ni yewie. Inti ye mrante ye kotanechi. Inti time ye po obi agina TV so those days so nte say na Adom TV num ni ade hoyi. Ghana broadcasting na edin obi esuru. Hey. Safo do adwuma gu, bie mense adwuma gu, apenti mense adwuma gu, wi afi adwuma gu. Many akola crime or demo. Because that day Harunata, no a member of publicity committee and the ambassador and this statesman editor no Kwakupoku Alliance for Change Nipe P ref no Dr. Safo Dufie Jacob Bechebelamte the chairman of publicity committee Penny Funny be himself Kwabena Battles Hackman no a treasurer. I didn't do just one the Benya could draw a party political brokers would be as interest to say many a brand here penny back or casa Kwabena you a Dutch in the Shawonsa. I took that responsibility to sacrifice because at that time Miss Mejumo, I made you more highway authority. A man is so near Tisono, so I ban Ujinebi. Sorry, I know I could get television. Kasach Ghana for me and Twaba Masuja near Obijin Jimenza and to my Professor Dubois. Uni a hofama, uni spirit of sacrifice, so Besumuka, Obez Edgeman. And so, me ye. To me, Cassady, I say, Eddie and Cambono 98, Minamidi candidate Akufo to campaign him. Ubi him. Ye launching a campaign or super-veteran or Ebenezer Home, Minam Pijanesa, Nana Adudanko Akufo, next president of the Republic of Ghana. Chingana Henina 200 constituencies, Mr. Akufo, the every form of Sunya team. And which in Kufan cassette you could be Akufo in Fiasem Debbie. Ochime Ben Okra, I was the de facto director of communications in the lead up to the 2000 elections. One prime minister me support am de Akufo na nyasem. Osan wini ye. Ochime Ben me kra se ne ba. Press secretary to the president at the age of 39. So, otu no metiem. Tini nyansa ni nimdie na botre ni kasapa ni nkaya and ni buo ma party nyina sa ni all those virtues I learned at the feet of President Kofo ni nyina so kire se enka bom ni hia lesson of 79 na ye koye primary sa mu kasa te se de dabre ewiase ba wie di binumo yire ni we family ni ma nyina afefem why? And these are the ones who want to lead us. But I catch the party for no. It's their choice. They have a choice to make. But if they want a unified party, ubi obetimi aka party no abom. On shedan ka bibiam fa obi hu ya. Obetimi atwe obi avum dia. Ene ke na timoni mu.
All right, 35 after 9. Abena woka komono ho. Engineer tira. Worried the baby yeah amanyo sem e kotitu e ne party ni patriotic party say in Mexico dey na bebusa so far wakasa dey na bebusa o man me dey no be call debate sem na ofre no aka be say 38 days na ebena so mokwa koto aba no na wa free debate no a say obi antie me pese me bisa say u push no forward say bia why na wo say oyesa organization no a party no and as a private individual and as organization between organizer to safrem cause what can obi amoye eno ano no ana
frankly make say mo station ha obi afre me I don't know why I say the person has gone cold me person me bonity but no so I contact you about at least 4 or 5 I agree at least no positive vibes into the media can do it the Agyei the CDD any of those, you know, because I think that we have to elevate the discourse. Niema kasapa, any ubia, nani swedi hunu, ni ade emra emededi, rather than in semwa ekoswa emfata yinyina ye worried about. Because I know sa abefu niema ba, ubiti dem go to me any TV station. Na en semwa inimu emfata no omoka, egu party no hufin. Egu omane hu sufin. So, enti I think say ekobanesa there will be a national platform the whole country's attention will be fixed on it, and then Mbema Ghana for the party for no will have a good vibe to be able to make a good decision. So decision and any based on other factors at sebi emwa omaeno. Inti me de kakra metimi akan, but we are pursuing it. Me say Mako, I think 13 out of 16 regions. Of course, there are a few gaps at SMFL. Inti me free Upper East North, Bono East, Bono, Mako Ahafo, Western North. Numina say say Savannah ne entache ho Oti and Upper West. So
somewhere September 15th mo and our Council of Elders no what party nim no ete another committee say omunye monitoring atem didie said the Agyepong kekan ni ensem ayetete wo montin so no na safoni na no make omo hye se enkoso na obi abeye a clean campaign we patrol committee no within the party omo ye adwuma no.
Well, almost a report to be a measure. And the last time you see as aspirants, your presidential elections, me busa asem no. Say one, me general secretary. Nka wudru region be a man one regional officer. No only one. Enti ombema accurate record of nsemu awoka to national headquarters. But for some strange reason, regions be okra awoka. Ombese be shiapo.
Oh,
I'm telling you. I mean, they make it impossible for you to get there. But me campaign me go into
New Patriotic Party.
Yes. Because we are regional chairman. Obian so betwaba. They say the Chief Justice betwaba, IGP betwaba. But IGP never election security so. Team may be in and me support too.
But regional chairman said they don't
and I make us very wrong. Totally wrong against the party's traditions.
That regional chairman
open I say who now handle
region no.
They shouldn't be openly endorsing one candidate. So them journal. And meanwhile guidelines are nina ya flout. And then penifo ya all kinds
say the committee omo ye adwuma na so omo he.
Me dey say omo na so buso me dey mean to me.
So your party ni. And amoko meetings you meet them. So what be say adwuma be no my.
Me ye campaign say. The last meeting me said busa omo. So okay. Me said busa I was thinking some be my brief of mo committee mo set monitor because you don't even need all you need is to go on the internet you see what has been going on. So but what is obi etimi anya akokudra ka say simesi and obentin. What can say one can he? What can say one can he? And I say, yes,
just a committee effective, Anna.
Well, clearly so. That's the point. It's not about say around beam. Pay and come my ED and the young casa are central for. If indeed there's a committee to overlook these things, it's a non-working committee. It's absolutely non-working. There be yes, I mean,
open news. Say committee.
You see, the reason why part of it is a potential government in waiting. The stakeholders, all these parties, so they were raised by a very important at this level. Because already critical issue be let me take interview on a Facebook na me say party ni ba NPP party ni odin komona ko kachre o kacha before the tea for say assume see who can no cross ko other way prams.
Can you imagine?
Is that where we want to take our politics to now? And we are all embracing it too. Me no as central for because na ye nyina central for represent. Me no as central for near embrace, and that's so dangerous for all of us. They be other me can say, I said they are grown far away from us. It's so close because Omano Agyei there's no classification in terms of human beings. So we should be worried if indeed there's a committee like this, and I'm wondering even they have a disciplinary committee. They are not another matter.
We need a special committee. Say monitor
between the two of us.
Abusive.
These special committee they are not working, if indeed it exists.
I was expecting by now, at least committee now back. I say on 2-3 instances, opening way and now way I can't say more. If you say mfakwem, the man of caution. As a committee, me busa omo.
No, I'm saying.
They couldn't give me an answer. Man said, "Nah, mommy answer bia." Busheda Busans, man who's a master. In fact, the Presidential Executive Committee can say, I feel Makai. Almost say, our committee was set up by the Council of Elders.
Council of Elders, yes.
That's right.
I mentioned it.
And your more just said
the Council of Elders and a set a committee na Adom committee na ebe monitoring no and now from 15th September to say yekase man and sembi ayatete no nyina no e fall under abusive ne his speech omo kan ho asem say omo be monitor no enti no so omo monitor update ne yede enti ne megidi say bia omo brief omo on bibia omo be ka kire yin.
Eno na me bisa omo kase on the Council of Elders Committee.
But on follow up on Council of Elders.
Follow up and
okay.
But me I think say as a political party na say obi edin huni. Especially when you kwenya now about television so radio so you should represent your party well. Sa akola bi tifi obi say penny edin huni ntimi kra politics no nya bi ameye. Na onu ntimi join NPP. Na enkoba se ebufu ni ensemu enim ni edidi atemo a occasion side intimi the party for na mesre om se aba no ye beto no 31st tumi no om sem na wo ena aba om beto no ensunsuaso no om abe hu sunsuaso no enti me afutu na metu we want a harmonized party me makasa I'm the most viable option because I believe from my role in the party many adubu ayi na ejuma many kufu ayi ejuma many akufu ado ayi ejuma many baumi ayi ejuma so obisa no and obetimi aka party no abom and especially now that we need a unified party to be able to put up a strong election in 2028.
I see too much of pretense, maybe for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Fake same war system them too much. The last time I checked, no more President Kufuor. Who Munyina.
Who say pretense? Any pretense? So President Kufuor na any birthday. Number one, and no inviting. No 2 year for, but whether nipa or 2 for nipa tia is another thing because 2 year for we na sa. I was surprised because I said afraid can send be 2 year phone the wafem near my way catch say a battle near quite the mubako ne be win you mubako nipa num ni nyina ntimi wini me nye baako ne be wini ye nyina ye dwumaden sire nyame se nyame nka wo makoma na asemu ame me dia to manim no enso manim nka wo makoma no monto aba mame so but a bit my basse unwini. Media me record with that, you know, clear because from time immemorial I made them a support to candidate be a party, you know. Until there should be no worry about me. Some of them children because 2023 na me can't any peduno. And so you and I say tension be ba we see me jai we see show now we see say me na me ba out be catch party no a same penny for say look. Media me who from Adubo in 1992. Eto abawie mante se we yourself nipa we Kufuor nipa we say enyina aka bom etadu bo echi saa na 1998 na me di Kufuor ado anim nsu Kufuor we ne enyina ata na chi enti se ato abawie a of course elections ya na neme bu ha mu awirem kakra enokre nanso so yenya ato awie a dodo no se yepe baomia no enyina enta na chi wo mo edi matem but ye bia ye na anye I want that spirit. I mean, the theme of my campaign is NPP going back to our roots. Meka our roots are. I mean, enyemapa to huache nuado kasapa enidie ebuo enkabom ema party ni ye krabehwe na obekasa ahwiase no. Na hwe nkrofo e bi de we omokasa. Na se me if I'm a candidate na se wo se wo tamechi na kasa sa I'll publicly reprimand you and take you out. So, but you don't see any such things. And a man for any Asian crofona obie kasa egu party no hufin. Oh, me eno kra hame because nipa de beba ko adubu an aba oko Kufuor aba oko Akufo ado aba oko MPP no de ete ho. Enti MPP no na ese yesom enye ankra. So our first loyalty has to be to the elephant. So Ansani, I transfer that loyalty whoever gets elected as the flag bearer. In this case, me bompire say enye me. But anya wa enye hwe eye ko na wodom. So intimidate suban pa any die ese de man ho is very important. To omunya ese binom timi kotra television so radio so asemo onim se enye no kre enso no oka. Who tries to correct you on pay yes who attack you me my party from diety and my general secretary. So I believe I'm a custodian of the real historical record of this party. Intimi ubi can be bina enye no kra. SMK mitimitium. But of course I'm here to campaign Sregana for say here leader obesisa omine especially sa semna committee ne kan no restoring professionalism and meritocracy to the public services. Yeah, ma bibia say o man mu. Oh, the police who is NDC ni, we NPP ni. Aden.
Another dangerous area now.
So,
identifying security agencies with among party collaboration.
And so me boss am here adwuma man no Mr. Kofobe president. E betu namfuri cross the no DBN na director na ni hu chichi nipa ni ade. And so Mr. Kofo allowed him to complete his term. Because we need to build state institutions. So, Sasuna Kafia completed his term. You build state institutions. Oh, and especially SARS security establishment. We understand. Now I say no. So, I was totally unhappy with the president when he wiped out the top of the army. Because it's setting a dangerous precedent. Obi a chief of defense okay onupudi we can say only figurehead nti uba opese obesesa so ompese obi wi any term assistant onupudi. I think I'm fine with it, but promote one of the next line of commanders so that you keep the sanctity of the state institution. So we have a problem in this country. Do you have staff in ECG who lose motivation to say okay no mabe mu abu because say akolabia ya adwuma say chance of politics who are near to be a busy. So GMPC, yeah, time. So into some of these things, and yet, now say, we need to build a new politician, a new leader, and we don't talk about leadership enough in this country. So, Obi and Enisu Adi who say, obey a pa, or wusuban pa, a bedroom or mine who or san what tima, and yet did they yo. So them any
engineer some of the comments on social media about was or kinkano so far we okay with the processes are leading to January 31 security, the how you are going to vote, all those we are okay with it.
I'm very happy because I'm happy say I was the first general secretary. Me yes I did in 2015 because not tension be nipa be orchestrated tension in the party when I was general secretary. To me, I said, look, election, look, I'm in Pese party. Edi and Sabeka. To me, Shadaku, IGP, Mr. Alasan. See police in Seminyan, Medisha. My bill. Police, the mono, Mokra, the Semona Moheso. But he says, stipend, Kitwebin, the Mamma, the Boamon Collar. After all, police knew baby 276 polling stations, not ye opening each constituency. Police will be anti many Pese party ni Kwaku General say me a regional chairman me say on the day yenina including the general secretary and the chairman yenina voters nti ko ne akoto yaba enam sako hu electoral commission they say papa ne deputy commissioner saying he and I'm the director of elections at the time Krokro Abisa ono me di bibia in fact ono kra do printed ballot kra na me di nyina ma no ne tuaka printer we use I wasn't interested. No one said a poll no man. They say me was a presidential election committee. No man ye be almost like that. So me who say binu person mu push say for party security nam say they should never
party security be
deputy. Because I done here kotwaba. So we are chairman of party. So we are council of elders. So we are former general secretary. And who here? Who come baby our ballots polling station wa. You go to the electoral commission presiding officer on the electoral commission they didn't buy. Yet party they didn't buy. So them friends register no me tam ni nyina de come electoral commission to omo na de call around so sana esa we no so that you detach the party from the process.
But so far you're okay.
So far I think it's looking.
I'm not message now for Yembra. Just 2 issues now for wrap up.
Yeah, man, we fair about very. I must say, this man is a good man. So also yeni papa. And so nya dia omo ede 2 minutes dia wopeno ebe man ne dia no na Mona Lisa Venuye aseye anan ono so se ebrason e wo se NPP delegates no ehunu ensakraya aba ewiase ene omayi mu na omoto aba ema nimdifo a ono no ewo vision ena oboyura Kwabena Agyepong din ewo muso no ene sadimdifo no ena eno chinso no we dia ode ba ne just mani nyina no ye positive a omususu se or you the right person obetumi lead party no na ono so when so de say politics ye kasantwini atem didi no e wo se tucha e wo party no dey so de ban
so eyi me afri ban engineer, that's our challenge. You sit here, all the text messages make sure what I'm saying no the bad clause is that you're ready for you or mine. So we have a mindset challenge.
Well,
we admit and acknowledge say you are the best product, but again we are saying that Nancy one and two but you just to say
so would you man do no baby e be ko bia obi say nipa sorry e kasa say oba hai umo obi adin wo kire wo niema opese obeye eno ne hia so because aka say ntwe ne adidi atem no enye na baby ayama bia tra kodu no me wo de yemi to be very difficult say metimi no reconcile now become a one assembly as I say what trash eno de enye say bemukra enye se bemukra me ma ho asem na ebi nam e bodua etre I mean what kind of is that enye enti say who a leader is a mark of bad leadership if you can't control those who are supposed to be speaking for you or working for you enti ya na letters who they are dissociate enye no na obi anim se nipa odi wachi from time memorial esa ohwe usu ni wo ban ohwe usu nti na me di president kofuachi wote se me di nkrofo atem commission free ne ho na botre na nidie ne kasapa so ho enti ye nyina nya botre hu se aba na yekoto enti se football draw nim we there ada se ho benya ana wunya enti we prepare emotionally for all the two possible outcomes so ne kobane sa and how so after all power na yakobi da me di press secretary to president Buckingham Palace White House one baby ese yakobi ase nyina na me di mani ko enti why enye life and death sum ne pese be sum oman no na se sum oman sin se adwumaden a oman team se we ka se we are on autopilot because even the way we run our economy deficit financing ye nim pass ya budget yes ye niam be spending e do so sin sika e be ba futu I didn't know say banza
o expenditure na e cost ru change sika wo hwe
esa wo hwe Ghana fo anim na ka kiron se menua no ba bi edru no afiwe sika e be ba futu eni ma betima yeni na Ghana tro bi high ni ye niam me government me can say the policy of having a district hospital was a fantastic one but not to implement it all at a go kakra me a civil engineer, a project management, your work plan. So them your monitoring and evaluation. Enti we share we seek assembly ideas. Okay, this year meet me a 10. Now why ye na a wie
the issue or class rather than to be implementing governance.
And no na hard you know. And no dear me say media me pese me best society, you know. Because a dear high this is because we are overly political. If you say satisfy political interest. And also more mine. At the NPP time where say when organizers in Yanko Nadmo we Yanko national many be no concern health insurance it
has not changed.
One a doctor
but it has not changed.
One a doctors one nurses one nim dear for the health of our people. You've got to put in people who have knowledge about finance and medicine and a combination of insurance
and society
and bibia na tra politics there be enunti na nipa manya ba enhame me I want to be an advocate for what is right in this country.
So the review talks about 5-year term for our governments, our presidents rather.
Yeah.
We okay.
and no dear me said that well me kai say me am boss Mr. Kufone kind of first
5-year term.
Yes, on a kind of 5-year term. I think so because first year, governments struggle to get their feet on the ground. Until then, you have a 4 years to really make an impact on society. But I mean, the idea here, many mindset change, and we have to transform our mindsets radically. So, I mean, they didn't talk about a cap on the Supreme Court. I don't think a country like Ghana should have 20 Supreme Court.
They capped it 14.
They've capped it at 14?
Yeah, 14.
I see. What do you mean? I still think it's too many anyway.
30 years, a potential president.
Oh, no, I don't even agree with them.
30, no?
No. 40 is fine. Why they want to bring it down to 30? Who did 30? Okay. Nadia know him. Oh, you see, you have to be serious. Who did 30? No, hour now. Did you have any sense of responsibility?
30, are you what is saying? Okay,
no, 40 is fine. I don't know why they think they should. There are certain things I don't agree, like electing MCs. I've never believed in. Deputy. But Ghana elections are so expensive.
Oh.
It puts extra pressure on a.
But we
should do no. Ghana and Drew leveler. Look, the way the country is so stridently divided. Now, what this is a local, a party or government, no way opposition. Look at the tension. Only any man you say yes, I know.
You are doing okay.
Sanity. Maybe me feel say presidents should appoint, but make the right appointments. Don't be intimidated by your party. And you don't even have to come from that location. Development here. The best Eastern Regional Minister is in Foka. Can I mean you la? Ofri Eastern Region. Ashanti Region. Can I bedu? Ofri Ashanti Region. Benasco, no more greater Accra, no more. You know, and you many people we are a national unified state. In Tisa, he said, for time, Akubo Debra in the crisis on the handle northern region. Oh yeah, Tano ni. Or year passes. And we should give presidents the latitude to do those things. And is our political chicanery near the Bibia because if you say Bibia Didi, who should share or mine year, Ubia Hobetono, baby.
5 years, say, free 5 years and 4 years no for a term.
Every 4 and 5.
Every 4 and 5 no a term proposal about review committee about who say Ebeboa.
And I'm saying, I know they're many particular about it. And I'm saying, boss, or can I say, if you say 5, respecting. But me, they feel say, oh, by now, by your Juma, 4 years is fine. You should be able to do your work. We are too slow in making appointments because instead, say, prepare before getting into office. Yeah, politics, in Cheddar unit. Tina Mesakufo said we should have think tanks. By now, me, team Kakram, no more didn't come up. Yamiya Maduma. Makas woman share the sectors of the economy a bit me creating more employment among kola. We have to plan those things before you yes I feel na President Baus economic forum. Yeah, we buy so economic forum. Yeah, educational forum. Yeah, not just more position 8 years no man planning Viviana. Sana say no there be Ghana we should do a lot of thinking. We are not doing enough thinking. And harding intina bibia ba tra na nipa ediachire. Yem penimfo no ye besre yem mo ya dwene mu po na ye nwene oman ne ho na niema ebehia ne ye nwene ho the educational system obi aba no de nsaka kan me de nyankopon ye madoma meko back to the boarding system na from 1 to 5 ube free 12 years na usa na unya nsuan suban boni bia ukwa seniors bo twa ukoto kakra no ma discipline wa koto obi odi 18 years 20 na bo yourself from 1 court, from 2, it builds your discipline. You become a more rounded individual. And send away from 5. Right? Those days we from 5. Who do me compare Juma? Some work or 6 form. And then JSS, you want to bet my travel crew. Boarding school system in those days, it may court. It be a minister's back, it be a queer former, it be a carpenter. We are all together. We work together. We've developed a bond with film lower dormitory, local swizer. Near Shia. Now wait there. Who a crabby as here? Ubako JSS, we know it be 15 years 16. Suma won who you know what develop. SSS na say so am kwase 2 and have do 3 years.
Question be obi.
Me share all year round politics no. Any proposal mo dia ba sen ka yema ehu period saban bi ba yema period say sabrewe obi antumi nye campaign na e bia after 1 year samuka and 2 years no na ne campaign ahase for the next election.
Me nim say constitution amendment committee no say we en say mama candidate say Ghana ye politics dudu me ko man bia obekwa akoda CNN so na Democrat ne Republicans so anopa and as you Britain na BBC na be immediately after the election and tiana broni friend honeymoon period cry enya won kakra. It doesn't mean say you don't take note of nema enya to say the obe wipe military and no know taking note. Critical say chief justice for no reason and no but me feel say media na so can. Let's use a lot of professionals and technocrats to discuss real issues. Since you turn a floods by when your NPP and DCSM, bring technical people, planners. Why has planning failed? Yet to come ha, if a town and country planning will be a dinner party. I could trace a consultant and assistant this different land use spatial planning authority. You would need ground unkai. Some of them shown and then building permission and out building permit, but there should be planning permission for an area with a planning scheme before any development is allowed. What to say? At the planning permission, minimum say what time aso.
Engineer time aso.
Minimum say. I say my mechanic say
Engineer, I love you for that. The consistency, courage.
Oh yes.
And your firmness and objectivity.
And no dear. In your media, shiramenti. No one media. Juma na media party phone say. They should take the right decision. It is time to depart from the status quo that they have been useful to the last 20 years. The
man I know the minimum is over catching there. I will say, fine gentleman, but I want him to be a running mate.
Or
a church for one of the universities of Takwa.
Okay. And also, yes, running mate, you make it.
Okay. The next time round, World Cup in Africa, Gabon community.
I know much you make us say, okay,
but oh, Ghana and Tibiankubi.
Oh, Papa, me then, more place too much emphasis on Black Stars. Me the local league na aseno okay. Because that is the bread and butter. Share the Abrofo Premier League. Oma to ama big business. Yen yes deliberate about it. Na yen kan ye football no wasem yen encourage nipa Sunday there should be a program see yen president to one yen nko
engineer dey okase wuti
oh na yen build yen bio
engineer be kasa but we no kasa ye bofa sa you find time and be playing back your words no montuma me because this is my principle I stand on.
That's right.
So important. Thank you.